Welcome to another podcast here at the Women's MTB Network. Today, we're diving into one of the most exciting and talked about projects in mountain biking right now, and that's Hard MTB League. If you followed Braydon Bringhurst for a while, you already know he's not someone who follows the usual path. From his background in film and racing to that unforgettable climb up the whole enchilada in 8,600 feet, Braydon has always been drawn to the why behind the ride. And that same curiosity is what's driving his latest venture, building an entirely new kind of competition, one that combines the best elements of trail, enduro, slalom, and downhill into a single league designed for the full spectrum rider. But what makes Hard MTB League even more compelling is the thought and the intention behind it. Braydon isn't just creating another race series. He's designing an environment that challenges both men and women equally, where the tracks are built from the ground up to test skill, flow, power, and creativity. Today, we're here to unpack what Braydon and his team learned from that pilot, how the idea came to life, and where this vision is headed next. We'll also talk about how Braydon and his team are approaching course designs with inclusivity and progression in mind, and what it takes to build something new in a sport that's already full of established formats. Braydon, welcome to the show. I am so glad that you are here.
You're so nice, Mia. Thank you. Oh, that was
How have you been?
Very nice intro there.
It's true.
No, thank you. It's been fun chatting with you for well over a year now on this thing.
Yeah, man. I remember when you talked to me about it, like in August. Yes.
Yeah, the first call. I was driving back from riding and training, and I was like, Mia, I have this concept, and right away you were just like, I see it. I see the vision. I'm like, wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, so dude, your vision is incredible. It's absolutely incredible.
Thank you.
I really want folks to, I know you've talked about this in other platforms and stuff, but I would really love our audience, especially women, to understand what you're creating and that it is an inclusive event. It's not something that is just for dudes who are shredding, right? Like you built this with inclusivity in mind. So, first question off the bat for you is, what is Hard MTB League in your own words?
So I mean, Hard MTB League is it is a new competition format and a whole system built around it to supporting the athletes, pushing the athletes, helping by a variety of resources develop the athletes to be the best on the bike, mentally, emotionally, physically, creating opportunities and resources for that. And then, with not only just wanting to help the athletes, but wanting to create something that inspires everybody that wants to watch. We want the little boy or girl that's out in the crowd to be inspired to keep trying and keep riding, hopefully. But if they don't ride, that's all right. They'll be inspired to do whatever it is they love. All the way to, the elderly person that might be battling a terminal illness or, just old age and are having a little lack of drive every day. And so we just really want to create something that is very intentional and for really everybody. And we believe it starts with creating a very thought out technical track. We're in the space of mountain biking, so we've got to start with proper technical track. Something that fans can spectate with, actually see. And then, we got kind of just a whole lot just ticking away in all these different spaces, from media to broadcast, or storytelling media to broadcast, to development camps, to track design and track build, to all of these things that we hope to have a real just positive push and impact across the board.
I mean, I've already seen the impact already, even when I interviewed some of the riders last year. Dude, Ollie Silva to me has struck out to be one of the biggest up-and-comers in women's riding right now. The kid has no fear in doing that course at all. And you've got some gnarly lips on that thing. The jumps are no joke.
Yeah. I know
Yeah.
Olivia's amazing. She's going to be coming out again this year. And
Yes.
yeah, we're stoked that Nico's Nico. Sorry, I
Yes.
got a text from Nico just barely.
Oh, yeah, I know.
we're, we're
Happens to me
so
all the time.
stoked that Olivia is coming out again, and she's psyched and ready to throw down. We got an
Yeah.
amazing women's field that's come together, and
Yes.
I'm really excited about it, because last year it was just a test event and I didn't want to build too much hype around it. I was just like, let's just see if this works. Like,
Yeah.
what changes can we make? And so we had amazing, 3 women, Amy Shenton, April Zastro, and Olivia Silva come out. And we got information we needed. And, so this year we have made steps to try and make it as progressive, but as make the progression as smooth as possible, not just so gnarly out of the gate, just ridiculous. So I'm super honored and very stoked that so many women are feeling comfortable enough and stoked to come out to this event. I just really excited about that.
I want to hit on that lineup in a little bit, but one of the things that really stood out to me when you first approached me with this idea too was, and you can correct me if I'm wrong here, but the first impression I got was that your priority here was the rider. It was the athlete getting the resources, not only financial resources, but mental health resources, which are equally as important when you're doing something like this. You speak a lot about mindset. You've helped me a lot with my mindset. And so I really appreciate that you work with those athletes to help them level up, I guess is how I'm saying it. So with that in mind, where did the idea for Hard MTB League come from? And what moment made you say this needs to exist? Do you recall?
Yeah. I think it was just this accumulation of these things. I came into the mountain bike community very unconventionally. I didn't really ever do a legit race. And I was fully supported and living a professional athlete type career from Bike Brand specifically. So I was like, that's just kind of strange that this person that has never competed in the mountain bike space can make a career in it. And so I was just like, okay, yeah, it is awesome. But I was also kind of I was a little bit thrown off. Okay, well, I'm super grateful. I'm going to put my head down. I'm going to work hard. I'm going to make a difference in my community. I'm going to try and make it some inspiring stories and try and help people with my love of riding. And then at the core of it, riding is my therapy. I ride for me, and it helps me every single day. I get out there. I continue to develop a self-belief that I can do hard things. And so I just really love riding, and I was so grateful for my support. And then as I started continually just speaking around, making friends with the community, I started realizing, what the heck? This amazing rider isn't supported. They're getting cut or they're getting budget, cut their support cut in half and all this stuff. And I was like, okay, well, that sucks to hear. I don't like to hear that. And then, that's kind of one influence. And then all of a sudden, I was after 8,600 feet, I was having all of these opportunities to go speak to youth groups, to business, companies and their employees, and do some mental performance coaching. Excuse me. And I just really, really just fell in love with okay, I just love helping people at the end of the day. And it makes me so happy to see people thriving and doing well and developing self-belief. Meanwhile, I'm in love with riding my bike and using it to be the best version of myself. And I And so I started thinking like, how could I create something for the riders and
Yeah.
do something that I can help them be the best versions of themselves.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of where it started. And then I started just looking around at like events, and I was like, well, free ride is crushing it. I'm not going to make a free ride event. I'm like a free ride, but not rider. And then you got cross country, which I love, and it's so sick.
Yeah.
Same with downhill, but there was just nothing that like fit the lane that I loved. And that was like aggressive all mountain riding. And I
Yep.
love technicality. I love really, precise riding. I love a bunch of sports. And I was just kind of influenced like, hey, what if we did this thing? And it might have come from a little bit of my track and field background with the stadium and a track and
Yep.
pole vaulting and hurdling and high jumping. And I was like, if we could create something for mountain biking that was like super spectator friendly, that would be sweet. And then I was like, well, we could do this style of riding, which is like raw slalom. We could do this, like typical jumps, turns, berms, rollers, and then like downhill chunk and compression.
Yep.
And then I was like, oh, and we have to have a jump. So like, if you
Yeah.
if you can't hit a jump, that's a big deal to be an all rounder. So I was like, okay, let's try to maybe just think about what this track would look like. And then as I started kind of developing it, I was like, okay, this is cool to be like building like a new format and track, but like I really at its core want to create something for the riders. Like I want to support the riders. I want to see them, be so proud to be doing what they're doing and to be pushing their skills and to be providing great value to their brands and be, inspiring people along the way. And so it just kind of just continued to grow into this thing. And, all the riders that are coming out, they're going to be riding basically production bikes that everybody watching is probably riding or they can go buy and they want to buy it. It's something that they can go take to their local trails and go imagine that they're this rider or that rider or that rider on that bike, because it's just so, there's just a direct line of, I get that. I can see myself maybe doing that one day.
Yeah. Dude, I can't get over how you came up with this course, right? Like from inception to not, and I'm going to deviate from my questions here for a second because it just made me think of the structure of it, right? So you've got, is the structure for still the same as what we reported on last year? So there's tech, raw slalom, downhill NAR, and a tech climb.
Yes, exactly.
Right? So it's still the 4 stages.
Yeah.
And that would make an all-around mountain biker. There aren't a lot of mountain bikers that could do all 4 really well. And I don't know, what do you think? Do you think it's because they haven't trained in that specific discipline, or do you think they don't have a bike that can do all 4? Because each 4 is, you know what I mean? Very different.
Yeah, totally. And I think it's just, I've thought a lot about that. And I think it's just, and I've said it a lot in the marketing, is the time has arrived, the bikes are finally there. They have been morphed. They've taken influence from downhill. They've taken influence from cross country, and we have a incredible trail bike, that can do everything. And so I think that is one component. And then technically, riders wise, any of those XC, any of those downhillers, if they wanted to be the all-rounder and they put their focus there, they could do it. They would be amazing. But it just hasn't been a space where, like me, I never really touched a downhill bike before I got sponsored. And I got one this year, and I don't even get stoked on it. And I know that might offend some people, but like I dream about my trail bike, like going and climbing and riding anything and descending and then going to a jump park. And like, that's the bike I just love so much. And that's where I've spent all my time. And so I've never wanted to shift into one of those other lanes because it didn't feed my soul, you know? So
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just kind of been like me just like sticking to my path of riding all around.
Yeah.
And this thing is kind of morphed into its own. It just seems like it's the right time.
And I agree. I think it is too. The technology and the geometry of the bikes have changed so much that you can do. People often say, like, oh, there isn't one bike that does everything, right? And like, here we
Yeah.
are in a way proving that
Yeah.
wrong. And so I guess this course you can do
Yeah.
both analog and e-bikes. Is that right? Are you
Correct.
having to, so explain to us a little bit like the structure of
Yeah.
Hard
Yeah.
MTB.
Yeah. So the big question is which bike is going to become the premier class? You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
in
yeah.
Supercross, we got 250s and 450s,
Yep.
450s, the best riders, the premier. Right now, it almost feels like 50-50. Like there's so many good riders you're going to see out here on e-bikes because they're amazing.
Yeah.
And then there are so many good riders that are going to be on their analog bikes. And I would bet a lot of the analog riders are going to be training and preparing on their e-bikes though. So
Yeah.
it's going to be two different categories, and then it's men and women. So across the board, we have men, women, analog, electric. So 4
Okay.
total, and we don't really know what's going to become the premier of the two bikes. So that's going to be a fun mystery to watch kind of unfold.
Yeah, I'm so bummed I can't be there in person next week to, or in a couple of weeks to
I know.
witness
We're
this, but
bummed. We're bummed too. Yeah, next
next year
spring.
we're there. We've got
Okay.
funding for spring and fall,
Oh
so a
my
few of us will
gosh.
be there to report on it and witness this in person, and I'm incredibly excited
Wow.
for that. But
Oh wow.
also, so we've talked about how you were building the tracks with both men and women in mind. Like gender
Yeah.
wasn't a factor here at all.
Mm-hmm.
So
No.
what does that mean in practice? Like in terms of like course layout, obstacle choice, technical versus physical, was that a big point of contention for you when you were building this trail? The track, sorry.
Yeah, you know, like we're trying to do our best. It's not perfect, but like we basically set a bar, and like this bar is what, you know, I guess I've and Rob, the builder, has kind of been like, okay, you're like, I'm the rider, right? Like I'm the guy
Yep.
that's like kind of saying, okay, I think this is what we need to do. So let's at least set a bar, and then we can kind of shift a little bit either way.
Yeah.
Maybe it's going to be too easy, maybe it's going to be too hard. And so we set a bar. We made the compressions and the turns incredibly tight and deep and very aggressive that you don't get in any other course
Right.
or trails out there. And so
Mm-hmm.
it's specifically the Tech Rhythm Trail. Yeah, the compressions, everything's a lip and landing on and off with bowl turns, and then it is built with 3 lines in one. So if you come around this corner, you can pump and hit a scrub wall and then pump and then hit a corner. If you got a little bit more speed and you feel confident, you can come out of the corner, off the first roller, go rider's left and pop up over the stall wall or the scrub wall. And then
Sounds so much fun.
it's cool. And then if you got like you're feeling super dialed and you need more speed, you can come around the corner, pump the first roller, go off the stall wall, gap into the corner, and just rip around. And so there's like 3 different lines. You can roll the whole thing except the drop and the jump. But we've kind of built solutions around that. And then yeah, with the tech climb, it's going to be a time cutoff. So say, and it will be based off an analog bike. So let's say the time cutoff is 40 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Every rider just needs to make it up to the top before 40 seconds,
Oh.
and they're gonna get a 40-second time for their climb.
Oh.
Period. If you do it in 25, you're not getting a 25-second because 15 seconds is you can't overcome that in the 3 descending
Yeah.
trails. And
Huh.
so what we've done is there's two technical bits on the climb. If you can make those technical bits, there's up to like a 1.5 or 2 second advantage you can get on that climb. So if you hit all the technical moves, no foot
Yeah.
down, make it up in the 40 seconds,
Yeah.
you could potentially get up to like a 38-second climb time. So only a 2 second advantage on that.
Okay, well, that's pretty good because I'm sure, I think we talked about this last year. There is a balance in making the course technically challenging without creating barriers for smaller
Yeah,
riders, like female riders
totally.
or less experienced riders, I guess, right?
Totally.
And I
Yeah.
think you've put a lot of thought and work into it over the last year to make
Yeah.
things equitable.
Mhm.
You shared with me some of the women that are going to be there this year. Do you want to share with us who's going to be there in a couple
Yeah.
weeks? The lineup,
Yeah,
there are some
totally.
incredible women there. I mean,
Oh my gosh, it
didn't you say
is
Jill
so
Kittner?
incredible. Jill Kittner, she unfortunately hurt her shoulder. So
Oh
she's not,
no.
yeah, I feel so bad. But I'm like, if you're not feeling great, it's probably best to just wait and
Yeah.
then come to the qualifier next year. But I was super honored that she, wanted to come.
I would love to see her
Um,
going through that dual slalom, especially considering she's like the
yeah,
queen of the slalom at Sea Otter.
yeah,
Like that,
I know.
seeing her ride there this year was like a
Yeah,
bucket list thing for me.
yeah. No, I love watching her ride, and I love watching her process of how she
Yeah.
focuses and chips away at the track and is just really like focused. So right
Yeah.
now we have Olivia Silva again. We have
Mm-hmm.
Kaylee Skelton. We have
Mm-hmm.
Sophie Allen. We have Mayumi Wakeford. Have you heard of her?
Mm-hmm.
Mayumi?
I haven't.
She's
I
she's a
haven't.
14-year-old rider. She's coming with her dad. And she is
Wow.
just, yeah, they reached out and they're like, we just really love what you're doing. Here's what we've done. I'm like, we would love to have you. So Mayumi's coming. Awesome little rider.
Yeah.
So
Oh, I see her
her,
right now here. I've looked her up. Dang.
yeah, she's rad. And then
Sorry.
we have Carolyn McKenna
Mm-hmm.
Merton,
Mm-hmm.
uh, Jordy Scott,
Yep. Yeah, I know Jordy.
Kaylani Hines,
Yep.
April Zastro, and then I think that's it. There might be one other that I need to thumb through, but
That's an
yeah,
incredible lineup.
I'm so stoked and thankful that they're like coming.
Yeah, dude, it's gonna be
So
incredible. Like, I want to see these, especially the younger ones, like Mayumi, just progress at 14. Imagine
yeah,
where this kid's gonna be in like five to
I
ten
know.
years from now, right?
I know. I
And
know.
it's
It's so exciting. Yeah. So
kind
that,
of deviating. So go ahead, go ahead.
yeah. Oh no, I'm
No,
just excited to do the women's sessions like prior to the Wednesday kickoff for the Invitational. We're going to do those designated sessions.
yeah. So tell us a little bit about that. What does that entail? The women's sessions before it kicks off.
Yeah, there tends to be, at least last year, like you just got to be aware of just the energy out there on the track. And
Mm-hmm.
there's just different approaches to riding. And last year when we threw everybody in, you have some that can just go rip it and just like
Yeah.
no stress, and then there's some that are like, oh my gosh, like this is overwhelming, there's a lot of new stuff, and like that's more how I am.
Yeah.
And I don't I really have to check my boxes and work through stuff at a comfortable speed.
Yep.
And so yeah, I wanted to basically say, let's do a designated couple days for women riders. Nobody has to, there's a couple that aren't coming to it that are coming to the Invitational. That's fine, no
Mm-hmm.
problem. But I wanted to open up a couple days where these riders could have no stress, no extra like unneeded just energy around, where they could just focus, check through things, work together. We're also going to do a kickoff meeting where I just do a real basic but pretty like focused mental performance session that
Yeah.
will kind of help, like, okay, here's how to organize your mind so you can be present and kind of check through what you need to, because it's really easy when you get out on the track to see all the features and all of a sudden be like, oh, I'm overwhelmed. Like there's a lot to digest. I even do that when I go out there now, and I'm like, man, this is crazy that this is writable.
It is
So
crazy. I've seen the photos and the videos. It's absolutely insane. But I think what you built is incredible and it works. So, in talking a little bit about last year's
yeah,
pilot event, I guess you can
yeah,
call it, was October last year, right?
yep.
What do you feel worked and what surprised you that worked well?
Um, what worked was, for the most part, the whole track worked, which was cool. I was seeing riders getting through it, working through it. It was really cool to see specifically Amy
Mm-hmm.
focusing in and kind of going through this progression. By at the end of it, she was like so fired up and like so ready and believed that like she could do more. And
Yeah.
I love that because it's so motivating to end feeling like I can do better versus
Yeah.
being a little bit deflated. And she was she was going through a lot. Like she pushed down that track and she had some uncomfortable moments and she never gave up and she kept pushing and she kept figuring things out and piecing stuff together. And yeah, I think that was a really great takeaway. That's like, even when riders come and they might feel overwhelmed, just calm. Let's start
Yep.
chunking through this little by little and give yourself some time and days, and you'll feel. That's why we're having, basically 5 or 6 days of practice
Yeah.
because it's really, really technical.
I love that how you give folks that opportunity too, and that I think that's one of the things I personally like about you the most is that you allow folks to express how they feel without
Mm,
judgment or fear of
yeah.
rejection, right? And the fact
Hmm.
that, and Amy shared that with me last year, that your knowledge and warmth and kindness and focus is what really helped her get over that fear of either feeling judged or feeling like she couldn't do it or
Yeah.
she felt the
Yeah.
opposite, and
Totally.
that's key for these things, for these
Huge. Yeah.
events.
Yeah.
Your mental strength in these events is absolutely huge. And
Yeah.
so given that you've provided all of those resources, especially last year, I'm sure you're doing it again this year,
Yeah.
what was some of the feedback that you received from the athletes regarding those resources? Is it something that they really appreciated, that they needed? Did you see an improvement?
Yeah, I definitely saw like appreciation. I mean, I will say like we're trying our best, but we weren't perfect. Like we gave them some mental performance resources, but it wasn't as deliberate and as good as I would have liked.
Mm-hmm.
We gave them a good experience, but it wasn't quite as good as I would have liked. So I think they were all grateful. All the riders had a great time. But I just know that we can do a lot better. And so this year I'm excited about really giving mental performance training,
Yeah.
physical performance training, and then ongoing support basically until the qualifier next year if they want it.
Yeah.
So as they're training, developing, giving them some resources, helping them with their physical training if they need to improve in their power, improve in their endurance, improve in their technicality, whatever, having some resources set up um, feels like a pretty big improvement. They were all
Yeah.
super nice and super like, you need to do this. Basically they were just like, that was awesome. And maybe here's some ideas for the track. So
Yeah.
we made some track adjustments, and yeah, I'm feeling a lot better about this year.
That was going to be one of my follow-ups too, like the feedback you received in terms of from the athletes in terms of the track, and if
Yeah,
that is helping to shape this next iteration, if at all.
totally. Totally. So, yeah, so with the climb, we tamed the technical climb a little bit We're fixing the easiest climb. We're fixing the turns so they're almost like berm turns, so you can just cruise up it. It's a
Oh,
lot
nice.
better just to cruise up. And then for the technical rhythm trail, we have the main drop, and then next to it we have a little bit smaller drop. And everybody I talked to, because I was like, okay, how do we make this, considering women riders, considering men riders, like, how do we do this? And I got so much feedback, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I don't know. Like, some people are saying you're going to lose either way. You're going to lose no
That's
matter
right.
what you decide. And so I'm like, all right, well, I think what we're going to do, because I fully believe that women riders can ride anything that the men riders can do.
Yep.
And so we basically decided, okay, we're going to have the A line. The A line is uncompromised, technical, and it is the way. Okay. And then we have a B line that is easier. It's also a progression. So as you're warming up and practicing, you can hit that B line and get a feel for it.
Oh.
And then, we have a C line if you're not uncomfortable with the B line. So,
Right.
for example, the whoops, the log whoops, the 3 foot, just consecutive, boom, 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 into a tight chicane, into the compression of the jump. Like, that's a lot. So that's the A line. The B line is going to go log hit, and then you jump out, and then you get a 30-foot opening into like the big compression, the jump. So you get a full like clean in run into the jump.
Okay.
And then the C is if you don't want to hit that jump, then you can hit all the logs and go riders right, and then it will take a turn and then put you into the tech rhythm, the bottom of the tech rhythm trail, which is all of the berms and jumps. And so it's got this built into it. And how we're going to do it is you're just going to get a time penalty for hitting those alternate routes during the race. So if you're uncomfortable with that drop, which I believe every rider can hit that drop, it is technical. It does require some serious focus, but it's only 12 feet down, 14 feet out. But you have a short, tight, steep landing into a flat bottom into a turn. So, if they're uncomfortable with it, men or women, they can hit the little skipper jump into it. But you're going to get a significant 2-second time penalty for it.
Yeah.
And then with the downhill, you'll get another, certain amount. We still have to do some testing to find how much time penalty it will be, because some racers will be like, oh, I could actually make up 2 seconds if I hit that.
Yeah.
So we got to make it significant. But I want to show another thing. So here's my phone. Do you remember the section last year that had the really tight whoops?
Yep.
So what Rob did, which is so brilliant, is he right next to it built 3 tabletops, but the intensity matches that compression of the whoops right next to it. So right here we have two I can see that. 2 lines. So to the to riders right, you have 3 tables but deep compressions in between, so you can get a feel for what the deep rollers feel like. See that?
Yeah, I remember that last year it was just all rollers, right? You didn't have those tabletops on there.
So now you can warm up by hitting these tables.
Yeah.
And then if you hit those in the race, there will be a time penalty for it. But at least
still looks fun.
At least there's some level of like progression built into the track,
And I think that's super important, because then people that may be intimidated, they may start on the C line and then be like, oh no, shit, I got this. I can do the B line. And then be like, yes, now I can do the A line. So that's really cool that you've done those different progression lines as well. Because then maybe next year someone who hit B or C will be like, no, I'm coming back for A, you
For
know, and like
sure.
progressing the following year. That's awesome that you're able to do that. And you're right, Braydon, like you can't please everyone. Someone's
Yeah.
going to not be happy with it, but that's just
Yeah.
life, you know,
I know.
unfortunately. How much of
I know.
you are a girl dad. Everyone knows you're a girl dad. And you
Yeah.
posted a video the other day of one of your daughters riding in front of you. Do they get inspired to do this stuff? Like, do they watch dad building this and being like, oh, I want to do that one day, dad? Have they gotten there yet?
A little bit. My 11-year-old, she likes riding, but she doesn't love it. She's really loving gymnastics
Okay.
and you know, her little crafts and whatever she does, and I
Yeah.
just love supporting her in that. My middle daughter, Nova, come here real quick, Noel. She's right here. She is 6, so she's home from school today. Say hi.
Hi, Nova.
Hi.
She's home from school today.
She
That's cool.
she loves riding, and we got her a little hardtail with a dropper, and so we'll go out and take the towie, and yeah, she can jump and stuff. And then our little I'll show you real quick. I'll show you a picture.
I can't even jump. Well, I can. I don't. That's incredible. Was she the one that you had in the video the other day?
Yeah, that one.
Yes, that's the one I remember seeing.
Yeah, that's Nova. And then here's a jump in the grass. Let's see.
Good for her. Oh yeah.
In the sandals.
She's a natural. That's all right.
Yeah, she's loving it. And then our little one, Hallie, she's been so excited. She just got this bike for her birthday.
Yes.
And it's got handbrakes and a coaster. And she has been doing so good. Like, she's out there every day. She's asking, Dad, can we go practice? And I'm like, all right. So we go out there. I set up cones. She's practicing coming in. I'm like, okay, you have to use your brake to make this corner because it's so tight. And you'll see her little bike just slow down, and then she hits the cones. And I'm like, wow, that's so cool. She's so cute.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And she's 5?
She just turned 4. So she's loving
4.
it.
Dude, that's incredible. Start him off young, right? Like, that's what I say. My middle brother is about to have his first child, and he's incredibly excited to be a dad. He doesn't know if he's having a boy or a girl, but he's telling me, he's like, I want this kid to grow up like we did, like outdoors, doing sports, whatever they choose to do, I'll back him up. And I'm like, you got to get him a bike first thing. And he's like, I know, but I figured you'd be giving him a bike.
That's so rad.
And because the conversation started with, like, you know, kids do what their parents are into for the most part, right? Like, if parents get them into this stuff, and it's start to see your girls doing that too. That's incredible.
Yeah, dude. I just love. It's so fun too. Like, little May, my 11-year-old, we were at the tramp park last week, and she's really wanting to learn a backflip. And so, like, I was kind of helping her. I was like, okay, like, I know you feel scared, like, that's normal. Yeah. But one of the ways you can, like, give yourself the best chance of figuring this out is that just focus on 2 or 3 things that you're going to do really good.
Yeah.
And, you know, those are the 2 to 3 cues, you know? And so she's like, okay, I'm going to jump hard, and I'm going to flip hard, and I'm going to keep my eyes open. So it was be strong, flip hard, and open eyes. And by the end of the session, she was nailing backflips, and I was just like, yes, like, she's learning these little, like, skills that are universal for anything, you know?
Yeah.
And so it's so fun teaching these little girls whatever it is that they want to learn.
Yeah, I don't know. You may see one of them at Rampage, you know, 10, 15 years from now. That'd be insane.
I know, that would be. It's awesome to see everybody throwing down right now, though.
I know. I'm so bummed we couldn't be there this year, but next year will be great. There's way more women riders this year. There's, you know, Cammie wants redemption because she didn't get to ride. Hannah Bergman Chelsea wants redemption. Has the Aussie rider who broke her neck, had neck surgery, and is back out there. Like, some of these women are incredible.
Yeah.
So in terms of vision and growth for Hard League,
Yeah.
where do you see Hard League in 5 years? Like multiple events, global
Yeah.
presence? What's the
Multiple
vision
events,
there?
definitely global presence. Multiple events, global presence, uh, bigger prize pots than we're starting out with. So right now
Yeah.
we are starting at 100K across the 4 disciplines.
Wow.
Yeah. So next fall, so we're going to be building the new track this winter. Right
Okay.
now, it's not a level playing field. We have half the riders that already rode. So I'm just like, let's do a kickoff event. That's what this event is in 2 weeks. It's going to be so
Yep.
fun. We have awesome riders. They're going to get a feel for the intensity of Hard MTB.
Yeah.
And then we're going to start building track 2. And that's going to be for qualifier in May. And then that finals next year is where the 100K is going down. And that's where we really want to be firing on the broadcast, the media. This right now is like, we're still in the early phases. It's legit and it's cool and the riders are psyched, but it's so early still. So so next year is where we're starting. And our goal is to every year put a percentage of this company's profits back into that prize pot. So these athletes know that they're not building something that they're not going to be part of.
Right.
And that's just like so critical. Like without the riders, there is no event, or there's an event that's unhealthy. And so it's like, I want to support the riders. Yes. With, like actual dollars in their pockets and all that. But we want to, like a huge component of this is supporting the athletes mentally, physically, personal brand building, giving them resources to be their absolute best. As a rider and, business owner, like they're all entrepreneurs. All riders are their own business. And so, we really want to develop that and continue to fuel the stoke with technical tracks, proper support in the prize money, proper, personal support for them as individuals, and have multiple stops. But right now it's just like next year, it's what we're doing. We're starting exciting conversations with
That's
people
awesome.
and companies, but all focus is pretty much in 2 weeks and then next year, and then we'll see kind of what transpires.
I have no doubt that this thing is going to take off. It's so unique.
I
It's
hope
so
so.
different. And like you said, with the riders in mind, with the athletes in mind, Aaron Lutzi, right?
Oh, he's amazing.
He told me something once that these athletes, I think a lot of them, not all of them, I think a lot of them don't understand that, like you said, they are entrepreneurs and they're in charge of their own brand. And if they went out there and branded themselves in a way that they were putting their own content, I think it would explode. And then they wouldn't be so reliant on other brands for money that when the business is struggling so much right now, right? The mountain bike industry is at an all-time low, I think.
It's tough.
But when he said that, it was true. I was like, the power these athletes have, that they need to tap into. But that's a whole other conversation.
No, but you're totally right. And that's something that we just like, this event, there is no sponsors. Like this fall, this is a Hard MTB League is putting money and resources as much as we can into the riders, into this pursuit. There's no sponsors. There's not one industry sponsor supporting this year. This is Hard MTB League, and
self-funded, all in.
Yeah, because it's like we want to find partners that believe in our mission and lets us run the show the way that we're moving.
That's key. Giving you the creative freedom to do your vision, I think is key. So how does one even compete in Hard MTB? So say I have people hitting me up, they're like, hey, I want to compete in this. How do they do that?
So there's a selection committee, and at this point, like riders have to kind of go through that, and they the riders are looked at, okay, in the last few years, what events have they competed in? How have they performed?
Mm-hmm.
And then also just like, what is their willingness to be vulnerable and open about their process? Like one of my
Yeah.
favorite things about Jordy Scott is she's not just an amazing rider. She's an amazing person. She's pursuing a master's degree right now in Colorado.
Good for her.
She's out there she's a racer, right? But she's out there posting videos of her trying to figure out 360s and bar spins. And like, she is just like so awesome with how she's like, hey, I'm trying to get better, and
Yeah.
one of our key, indicators of success is we want to inspire people, and we want athletes that are willing to show their process,
Yeah.
because when
Yeah.
people can see somebody battling, overcoming, accomplishing, they can pull that and be like, I'm going to go do whatever I need to do,
Yes.
And so
Yes.
that's like a huge deal. So it's like, yeah, the athletes have to be a great rider, but we really want, right along with that, is just great people that want to help other people. And
Yeah.
so riders have to kind of fit that, and that's why the selection committee is in place. And then what we're doing is, yeah, we get that, like, that's a small pool of people, right?
Yeah.
And so we're going to be doing next year 2 development camps. So at these
Ooh.
camps, 19 and over and an 18 and under, these
Mm-hmm.
up and comers or whatever can apply,
Yep.
and they can, if they're selected, they meet kind of the criteria, they can come and they're going to get a full week on the Hard MTB track with all of the mental coaching, all the performance coaching, all of the brand building. And then if they, commit to the process, those riders will be strongly, let's see, what's the word? They will be like, there will be an asterisk next to their name to come to that next year's qualifier. So if
Right.
we see that they're making the steps and we feel that they're ready to compete at the level, because we're starting at the top level.
Right.
If we
Right.
feel they're ready, let's say they're 16 years old and they're putting down insane times and insane training and they're ready, then they can come to that
Mm-hmm.
qualifier and be amongst, the top riders ready to
Yeah.
make it to that main event.
What an amazing opportunity, dude. Like, because you can get people that don't have a huge following, but are amazing writers
Totally.
and fit this criteria. It's not about the following
Yes.
or your view count,
No.
right? It's about the
No.
writer.
It's about the riders. Yep.
That's
100%.
awesome,
And
Braydon.
the following and all that can come, like we can
Yeah.
help riders kind of learn how to go about it and all of these things. But like, what
Yeah.
we really are trying to like reward or spend energy towards is building the sport of mountain biking and kind of inspiring people through that.
Yeah. Yeah. Damn. Oh, I just got the chills. Seriously. This is incredible.
Thank you. Thanks for the stoke.
It's again, I am stoked and excited to be able to highlight this and to be able to be there next year to report on the first like official, here's where folks
Yes.
are going to be able to
Yes.
get that $100,000 payout.
Yeah.
So on a personal note, we're almost
Yeah.
at the end here. And then you know what? I want to do some rapid
Yeah.
fire questions with you if you don't
Okay.
mind. They're like just some
Yeah.
quick,
Whatever
like
you want.
fun
Whatever
questions.
you want, Mia. I'm an open book. I'm an open book.
So on a personal level, what has running Hard MTB League taught you so far? Like what has challenged you the most?
It just absolutely is not something I could do on my own. Realizing the importance and power of the team around you. Like, I am so thankful for Rob, the trail builder.
Yeah.
I'm so thankful for Greg Montgomery, who helps with the race logistics and the training for the athletes with their physical development and their
Mm-hmm.
strategic way of approaching their craft. I'm also so grateful for Kirk handling all the legal stuff. Like, he's helping us with all of that, and he's been there since the beginning. Scott Hart, who is like the brand guy, has done Rampage, he did Decline Magazine. He's helping kind of
Nice.
create like it to be tailored to the actual rider.
Yeah.
And the media plan. Scott's over the media plan. And then um, Adam Pischel, the new partner, the new anchor
Yeah.
investor that sees the vision and is willing to put the money down to make this thing happen. And then
That's huge.
him mentoring me on how to delegate. I mean, he's coming from the CEO role at a $1.6 billion renewable energy company. He knows how to run.
Wow.
He knows how to run a great business. They've never laid off people because of things. They've run a very incredible company. Yeah, they've had to let people go because they weren't the right fit for the culture, but like the business fundamentals, his ethics, like everything is so on point, and I'm so grateful for his mentorship. And so I'm just learning, like, wow, like this is so far from anything I could do. And
Yeah.
I'm grateful that the vision and mission for it it's way bigger than for me. Like, this is for those riders. This is for the future riders. This is to inspire people out there watching live and from the internet.
Yeah.
And, like you, Vital, Pink Bike, our filmers, our photographers. Like, this year we have Logan Brown, Justin Olson, John Webster, Heather Young, Libby Ropalato shooting photos. We have just this amazing team. We have over 50 volunteers signed up
Wow.
to come to this and help out. And like, I'm just so humbled and like blown away that there's that level of support and belief in it. And I
Yeah.
know that it's because the vision is way bigger than me. They're not supporting me. They're supporting what we're trying to accomplish by helping people and creating something
Yeah.
special. And so, yeah, it's been a really amazing experience. And like, I'm, grateful to be part of it.
Yeah, dude, that's incredible. I didn't know you had like 50 volunteers. That speaks, like you said, to the mission and to what you're building.
Yeah,
I
it's
cannot wait to see
crazy.
this take off, Braydon. I cannot wait. Like, I'm so freaking
Thanks,
excited
Mia.
for this. And a
Thank
part of me
you.
wishes I could ride it. I could probably do like one little part of it. Maybe one day
You could,
I'll go over
you
there with
could.
my bike.
Yes. Come visit Boise. We'll go to it.
Well, I wanted to thank you for being on, but before I let
Yeah.
you go, I usually
Yeah.
do these kind of fun and quirky, like rapid
Okay.
fire questions. So
All right,
don't
let's
think,
go.
just answer, okay?
All right, here we go.
Mountain or desert?
Oh my gosh. Oh, that is so hard.
I know. I won't hold it against you.
I think I gotta go desert.
Okay, that's what I thought. That's what I thought.
I love the desert.
Chamois or no chamois?
Chamois.
Clipless or flats?
Clipless forever.
Hardest trail you've ever ridden?
The whole enchilada backwards.
Yeah, you know, when I tell people that, I have to say it twice. When I tell people about you climbing that trail backwards,
Really?
I usually have people saying, "Wait, what do you mean backwards?" And I'm like, "From the bottom up." And they're like,
Oh
"What?"
my gosh. No, that still
incredible.
gives me a little PTSD, to be honest.
I don't blame you.
It was hard.
Climb or descent? Which one hurts more, and which one do you secretly love?
Oh my gosh, hurts more? Definitely climbing. And secretly, frick, why is it worded like that?
You secretly love.
I don't think it has to be secret. Like, I love descending. Climbing is great, but I love descending.
All right, what song gets you hyped up before a ride?
Shoot, right now I've been listening to piano. Because I get so, like, such high energy when I'm riding, and I'm like trying to focus on, okay, sit, eyes to landing, doing threes and flips. And I'm just like, if I have crazy music, I just get too crazy. So I have to listen to like covers, but like piano
Mm-hmm.
covers. So I've been loving that.
My favorite musician of all time is Mozart.
Oh,
And
cool.
like I even have like his signature
Oh,
tattooed. But
that's awesome.
from a young age I learned my dad has a big love for classical music. So he had me
Cool.
listen to Mozart since I was a kid. My first instrument that I
Really?
learned to play was a violin because I can play a few instruments, but the violin was my
Oh, how
first.
cool.
So going through college and anytime I need to calm or concentrate, I put
Yeah.
Mozart on because it's been
Hmm.
scientifically proven that when you
Hmm.
listen to Mozart specifically, your
Hmm.
brain focuses a little bit differently.
Wow.
So even in
Wow.
college, when I was going through school, I would put that on before a test for 15
Wow.
minutes
Wow.
and it would focus me to that intensity. So it's interesting that
That
you
is cool.
similar, like
Yeah,
piano is
when I listen to
classical, I would say.
when I listen to that music, it's like it's just a calming and I can just get clarity and focus. When I'm listening to like hip hop and blah 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 blah, I'm like,
Yeah. Yeah.
what am I focused on right now? I feel really good, but sometimes I like to do that at like Whistler, like bike park stuff. That's fun. But when I'm really
Yeah.
like focusing, I need clear thoughts. So
Okay.
that's
Okay.
yeah.
Go to post ride snack.
Smoothie, tropical smoothie cafe, the Bahama Mama.
Nice. Okay. What's harder, building trails or building community?
Oh,
They're
I
both
don't
hard.
personally
I'm gonna
build
say
much
they're
trails. I do more community stuff, so I'm just gonna say uh, probably trails, building
okay.
trails with all the steps involved. You gotta get land clearing, you gotta get all the
Okay.
before
All
you.
right. So I have two more,
Uh-oh.
and if y'all have seen Braydon ride, which I'm sure you have, and if you haven't, what are you doing? Go and Google Braydon Bringhurst right now on YouTube and watch this crazy dude. Just he's like one with the bike people. I can't even describe how good this guy is.
Thanks,
And when we
Leah.
saw you in Sedona, not this year, the year before, or maybe 2 years before, you were
Yeah.
climbing up some of these boulders that was absolutely breathtaking watching you. I don't even descend those and you're climbing them. So do you prefer technical
Yeah.
climbing in Sedona
Yeah.
or your favorite jump at the Hard League course? Which one would you prefer? Technical climbing or jumping?
I don't, Leah, you're,
I'm
I
kidding.
can't decide this. I
Yeah, I
literally
know. You
can't.
don't have
Like,
to.
I just like, oh, if I had only hit a jump my whole life, I'd be like, I'm sick of this jump. And then if I only had to climb, I'd be like, I'm so sick of climbing.
That's the point of these questions. It's just to be
They're
goofy and
so
silly and
hard.
see how you're.
That's
Well,
funny.
that was the last one for you that I have for you is I would love for
All
you to
right.
finish this sentence. It's not
Okay.
difficult.
All
The
right.
future of mountain biking is, and I said it wasn't going to be difficult.
Yeah. Future of mountain biking is soul riding. Just doing it for
Yeah.
you. Just ride for you.
Yes, there's your tagline. That's what I'm going to do for this
Do you remember
episode.
Brink as
Braden's
a kid?
tagline. No,
You
I
remember
wasn't
Brink on the
raised here.
Disney Channel?
I wasn't raised here. I was raised in Australia. We have completely different stuff.
Oh, so Brink was this Disney movie. Sorry, I got eyelash.
No, you're
And
good.
and it was this rollerblading movie, and it was all
Uh-huh.
about soul skating, and this skater amongst the soul skaters got a big sponsor, and they called him a sellout and everything. And I just remember soul skaters. So I'm
Soul
like, all right,
skaters, soul riders.
soul riders. I want to be a soul rider.
That's awesome. Thank you again, Braydon, for
Thank
your
you, Leah.
time, for your
Yeah, thank you.
vision. And I can't wait to bring this to life in a couple of weeks to folks, and then next spring and then next fall. Like
Yeah,
the future looks absolutely bright for you and Hard League. So I'm excited to see what's coming up.
thank you. And thanks for the belief the whole time. Like, It means so much more than you know. There's so many days where I'm like, is this the dumbest thing and waste of energy ever? Like, is this just seriously not needed? Because it's so hard to know, like, should I keep pushing or should I pull back? And like, the moment I get ready to pull back is like when I find a conversation like we have where it's like, okay, like I can see, okay, somebody sees that it can have an impact. And then people like Adam that like, hey, I believe this, I can see this. You're
Yeah.
not getting funding, let me help. And I'm like,
Yeah.
wow, okay, let's keep going. Let's do
Yeah.
this. So
That's awesome.
thanks for believing.
I'm always here. I've always got your back, dude.
You're awesome. Good luck with
Have a great
healing.
rest of your day.
Yeah. See
See
ya, everybody.
ya.
Cheers.